there's a stiff competition going on right now for the title of the Biden regime's most stupid and most self-defeating policy. Was it saying to the Taliban, you know what, we don't need to control all of Kabul, we'll just keep the airport, you take the rest? Was it paying people to stay home and then wondering why businesses can't find workers and the jobs reports get worse and worse? Was it defunding the police and seeing violent crime rise out of control, unleashing crazy government spending and seeing inflation rise out of control, opening the southern border and seeing illegal immigration rise out of control? They're all strong contenders. But tonight, I'm going to make a case that their most stupid and most self-defeating policy is Biden's war on energy. To be fair, he did warn us.
We are going to get rid of fossil fuels.
He wasn't kidding. As soon as he got into office, Biden stopped new oil and gas leases on public lands, cancelled the Keystone Pipeline, and announced the reimposition of the red tape that handcuffed our energy supplies before Trump got rid of it. They keep talking about wind power. It doesn't help much if you have a, quote, windless summer like they just had in the UK. They want solar power, even though it can't be economically stored and the panels are made with carbon and slave labor from China. They're shutting down nuclear power, which is the most reliable carbon-free source of energy we've got. What's the entirely predictable result if you wage war on energy? The price goes up. So now we have gas prices at a 7-year high, energy costs pushing up overall inflation, and heating costs this winter predicted to jump as much as 54%. So what are the geniuses in the Biden regime doing about this crisis they've created? In their giant spending bill, they want to take more money from American workers and give it in subsidies to rich Democrats in California to buy more Teslas so they can virtue signal about how green they are. Except, as a result of the Democrats' clampdown on oil and gas, we're now importing more oil from Saudi Arabia. And most insane of all, they're trying to fill the energy gap they created in the name of fighting climate change by begging OPEC to pump more oil. So they're against energy jobs in this country, but in favor of them in other countries. They want us to be more reliant on energy that's less reliable and on dictators and despots, including Vladimir Putin. I thought they hated him. All the while, increasing fuel prices and carbon emissions. Can anyone make sense of this? Let's see if Larry Kudlow can. He is, of course, the host of Kudlow on the Fox Business Network, and he joins us now. All right, Larry, what is this about?
By the way, it's a real horse race on which is the dumbest policy. I mean, this thing's going to go on and on. It's a stock looking for a bottom in the charts. But look, there is, because of the Biden policies you were discussing, there is now a shortage of fossil fuels. There's a shortage here in the U.S., but that shortage is global. And I'll give you probably the base case here. We were the swing producers. Under Trump, we were the swing producers, the U.S., of oil. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately now, under Biden, we've no longer the swing producer. The Saudis and OPEC Plus is. So we were pumping out 13 million barrels per day pre-pandemic. And since the pandemic, or as we've recovered, it has dropped to 11 million barrels a day. Despite the increase in economic demands, there has been no increase in the supply of oil. The same is true for natural gas. Look, the oil price tonight is trading at $83.05. I checked before I came on. That's double where it was roughly a year ago. Natural gas is $5.25. That's almost a double from where it was a year ago. And gasoline, which is driven by oil, is $3.31. It's not quite a double. So these are crazy policies. We have gone from the swing producer. We have gone from plentiful, relatively cheap oil and natural gas. Natural gas is really the beauty of it all. Clean burning, relatively clean burning. We're no longer the cheap. They're not investing. Our guys aren't producing. Now, there was a story in the paper Saturday morning that Joe Biden has rediscovered frackers. Okay, someone must have told him that we can produce oil in the U.S., so he doesn't have to go to Saudi Arabia, hat in hand, or Russia for European natural gas. Someone probably told him. Whether it was they told him directly or through a memo, I can't verify that. I've been out of the White House for quite a while. But maybe he's now going to go to our oil companies and natural gas and say, go ahead, produce, because high prices are damaging the middle class. High prices are part of the problem of rising inflation. Maybe. I don't know that this is going to happen. I'm just saying that was the headline.
Very interesting. You know what? I love that. You laid it out so clearly, Larry. And the thing that I always remember, when you were in the White House and you talked about the economic situation and all those pro-growth policies, the thing I always noticed was that you always put energy in there. Ending the war on energy. You always said it. And because you understand that it's the foundation. It's not some separate part of economic policy. It's the foundation of a great, successful economy. And you made it happen when you were there. And like with everything else, they've gone into reverse, and it's a disaster. Anyway, we've got to leave it there, Larry. It was...
All right.
Go on. Quickly. No, go on.
No, I was going to say, it's a national security issue. And it's an economic issue.
Yes, exactly.
But one other positive thing here. Joe Manchin, I think, is forcing Biden to take out a big chunk of the Green New Deal in this crazy budget resolution. I think he's going to win that battle. And there's a revolt. So at some point, I think we're going to go back to being the swing producer. But the more Biden fights this, and the more the crazies on the left fight it, the worse American economy is going to be, and the worse our national security position is going to be.
Exactly right. I'm glad I let you get that in there. Very important point, both on the national security front and on Joe Manchin. Larry, as always, fantastic to see you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.